Hi, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Politics with Sherry Jacobus. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll help me out and hit that button if you like what you see and hear here. I'm going to give you a Donald Trump quote. All right. He said about his big, beautiful ballroom, it won't interfere with the current building. It won't be. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite. It's my favorite place. I love it. Okay. That was a lie. That was a lie. Donald Trump is tearing down the entire East Wing. He lied. Yesterday, last couple days, we've seen them tearing down the facade, right? Just the facade. Okay. Was that okay? All right. I had some idiot Facebook friends saying, oh, these stupid Democrats are just talking about this one little bit, the portico or the columns. They got real quiet now, but they'll act like they never said that. The entire East Wing is being demolished by Trump. Not just a little bit we've seen in the past few days, but the entire East Wing. Now, I know that Hitler had his big ballroom, and this one is going to also rival Putin's big ballroom. So this is more than just getting out the measuring stick to see who has the biggest you know what. Trump doesn't. I don't think this is about the ballroom. But here's the thing. It is a 90,000 square foot ballroom directly over the East Wing when it's being torn down, that he says he's got respect for and wasn't going to touch. The entire East Wing is coming down. The ballroom will be 90,000 square feet. The White House itself is only 55,000 square feet. Trump's new whatever this is going to be close to twice the size of the White House, and he is tearing down the entire East Wing. All right, so here's the thing. Underneath that East Wing, this is what I think this is really about. I don't think this is about a ballroom. I don't think this is about a ballroom. There's something else going on. We already know that we've lost this country in democracy. We know that Putin is controlling things. This may be the final step, and things are happening so quickly, so quickly. People still in denial. Never, ever, ever say anything is tinfoil hat conspiracy at this point. Because, by the way, as I was reminded today, I've been right about just about everything. But the White House East Wing, underneath it is the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, the PEOC. It's a secure bunker with some sophisticated communications, everything. This is obviously being rebuilt or being built into something. And we're not being told about it. I've seen different people commenting on this, and they're saying, what is he building for himself? Is it to make sure that he and his top traders are secure there, so that if there is a situation where we know we have to get rid of this king, this dictator, whatever he's going to be doing next, and he finds a way with this new facility to never leave the White House, to be safe. We don't know what this is. This is terrifying. I'm not saying this should terrify everybody. It should. It is terrifying. He's claiming that he's building the White House with donor funds. Have you seen who the donors are and the favors they're getting? These aren't donations. These are bribes. And that's the ballroom part. But what about the underground, sophisticated bunker communications systems, our security? We don't know anything about that. That's being obviously demolished too. What's going in its place, and who is paying for that? Putin? These are really, really important questions. Are any reporters asking them? Again, this is no longer about the ballroom. Trump lied. First of all, we're supposed to have protections, legal protections against this, and he's doing it anyway. So Trump is breaking laws and norms and everything anyway. And we're used to that, and that's okay. Then he said he wasn't going to be touching the East Wing. Then he said, well, just this little front part, this little porch part. Now it's the entire East Wing. And that's why we have to start looking at what's underneath that east wing. What is he doing there? What is going on underneath this ballroom? What is being built? And if he's claiming that that's being paid for by private funds, does that mean it's none of our business? These are important questions. No one is asking these questions of him. He has kicked the press out of the White House. But that doesn't mean these questions cannot be asked. You know, we could be having daily Democratic press briefings, so perhaps the questions could be asked there. At least the American people would have a clue that there is something terribly, terribly, terribly wrong and terrifying here. We are watching in real time the destruction and the defeat of our country in a Cold War of some kind. This is it. This is not normal. This is not okay. What is going on, not just with the East Wing, underneath it? And why did Trump lie to us? Because if he said, I'm destroying and demolishing the East Wing, then somebody might have done something to try and at least stop this or get answers, but they didn't. Now that he is taking out the entire East Wing of our White House, and now that we are looking at what's underneath that East Wing, and there's no mention of it by him, folks, this may be just about the most serious thing that we're facing so far, just so far with Trump. What is he doing with the Presidential Emergency Operations Center housed underneath the East Wing of our White House? What is going there in his place? Who is paying for it? And if he's got Putin paying for it, or his oligarch friends, some of these bribes, they give him money for this, then he gives them what they need. Who is paying? What is being built down there? What is its purpose, and who is paying for it? And the thing is, by going private funds, that means you don't have to go through Congress to have this money budgeted and appropriated. That is huge. That is terrifying. And the fact that we are here right now, that is happening, and nobody is asking these questions. Is it over for us? By the time we figure these things out, it's too late. 10 years of this with this guy, and we let this happen. 10 years. 10 years ago, Putin started the process of installing Trump in the White House for Ukraine. And anything else that Trump wants to do. I don't think this is about the ballroom. I think it's about what's underneath the ballroom. And I am afraid.